Hi, this is Jackson, and I'm going to show how I made my adaptive columns and adaptive surface. So here you can see I started with the 4 circles and then used those to sweep and create a form. But rather than just connect each circle to the next in sequence, I selected all 3 in a row, and that way it makes one big curved form rather than a bunch of segmented linear ones. And so I think that's a more interesting approach when you connect it to this surface, because there are a lot more interesting ways that it can change and adapt. So I'll show you that right here. Here's the surface I have. And so as you can see, when I loaded them in, I decided to connect them to varying points on the surface, and that just made a much more interesting connection of all these different posts and curves. And so I also was able to change the top surface that they're connecting to by selecting the arc, and you can change the range here of the degrees. So you can type in a new degree and it'll change the extents of that curve, and that allows you a lot more flexibility in how you change that surface and how the points adapt to it. So then also, if you take a look at what it does when you move the geometry, the reference planes, I think it does a lot more to the curves and how they interact. It just changes it in a more interesting way. So you can also see here that when you adjust the planes that the curves are drawn on, that there's even more you can do to change this geometry and make some pretty interesting forms. So that's what I've done, and that's the advancements I've made. Thanks.